Rockies coming off their 50th loss of the year. They're back at it again this Tuesday evening against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Rockies now 40-50, Arizona 44-47. They're in fourth place. Jack Wynkoop making his big league simulated debut for the Rockies this evening. Pretty good year at Double-A, and then a call up to Triple-A, now to the big leagues. 3-0 with a 1.69 ERA in Triple-A. 6'5", 200 pounds for the 26-year-old Wynkoop. And we'll see if he can translate some of those really good AAA numbers into the big leagues today. Got the call up a couple days ago with Chichi Gonzalez being sent down. Antonio Senzatella is going to work back into the rotation. And Tim LeCastro is going to lead things off for the Diamondbacks. 167, 3 home runs on the year. Had a triple in yesterday's ball game. And first pitch of Wynkoop's big league career is high, ball one. Drew Butera back behind the plate this evening. It was a day off for him yesterday. Elias Diaz getting in there against the lefty Bumgarner. Zach Gallen starting for the D-backs. There's a pitch inside, 2-0. Partly to mostly clear skies here in Denver. We've seen decreasing clouds throughout the evening. 2-0 pitch is swung on and chopped foul. First time we get to chalk up a strike for Wynkoop in his big league career. Quite a few days off, and some of that was days off against left-handed pitching yesterday for the Rockies. David Dahl, Daniel Murphy, they both got pinch hit appearances but did not start yesterday's ball game. 2-1 pitch is swung on and grounded towards second base. Backhanded play by McMahon. That's out number one. And a good start for Jack Wynkoop's big league career. Starting lineup for the D-backs. LeCastro's at short. Batting second in right field, Starling Marte. Batting third in center field, Ketel Marte. Christian Walker, back cleanup at first base. In left field, Seth Beer. And batting sixth, the second baseman, Ildemaro Vargas. Batting seventh, the catcher, Carson Kelly. Starling Marte, batting .225. I think the D-backs might have been hoping for a little bit more from him in that pretty sizable trade in this offseason with the Pirates. Rockies have been seeing a lot of the Pirates lately. We're done seeing them for the year, though. After the home series and then the away series, there's a swing and a chop foul at the plate. Quickly 0-2 on Starling Marte. I mentioned Seth Beer out there in left field, hitting .455 so far in his big league career. Not a whole lot of action just yet. He was called up in between the last time we saw the D-backs, the Rockies did. Make his major league debut this season. 23 years old, I believe, is Seth Beer. Well, I will have to double check on that. It's 1-2 on Starling Marte. Yep. He'll be 24 on September 18th, one of the top prospects in the D-backs organization, Seth Beer. One of the veterans, though, Starling Marte, has a 1-2 count. Wynkoop into his motion, wind up in the 1-2 pitch is swung on and shot foul again. Breaking out a curveball that time was Wynkoop. And that's going to miss in the dirt. Count evens at 2. Changeup that time. Wynkoop kicks and fires. It's a check swing, and that hit Marte. So he will take first base. Just came in on him a little bit. Must have just hit him on the hand. So Marte will take first base. And now Marte will come to the plate. Starling Marte on first. Ketel Marte having a better year than Starling is at the plate. The center fielder batting .271, 17 home runs, 47 runs batted in, .334 his on-base percentage. The D-backs, I think they were hoping for a little bit more from their offense this year. First time we'll see Wynkoop from the stretch, swing and a miss. And Starling Marte got a very good jump, and he will easily steal second base. So runner in scoring position now. Wynkoop comes set, looks towards second base. His 0-1 to Ketel Marte is swung on and lined towards the right field corner. That's a fair ball. Starling Marte will score easily Ketel Marte on his way to second base. He's in there with an RBI double, and the Diamondbacks take an early 1-0 lead. 18th double of the year for Ketel Marte. And the ERA will be over 0 for the first time in the career of Jack Wynkoop. Christian Walker bats. He swings and pulls one foul. Walker did not start yesterday's ball game. Kevin Crone did. Walker did come in as part of a double switch. Good power this year for Walker. 17 home runs, 45 driven in. 231 his batting average. A little bit down from the numbers he produced in 2019. There's a pitch inside, ball one. Christian Walker was claimed off waivers in 2017 by the D-backs, and he's certainly been very productive for a waiver claim. 1-1 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air towards center. This is shallow. Coming in on this one is Hampson. He'll get there to make the catch, and that's out number 2. Garrett Hampson also got a day off yesterday. He's back in there today. Here is Seth Beer now. 1 home run, 2 runs batted in. A .455 batting average to start his career. Small sample. Be a lefty-on-lefty matchup. And first pitch is in there for a called strike. Beer was acquired from the Astros in 2019, part of the Zach Greinke deal. 0-1 is swung on and shot foul. Quickly 0-2 on Beer. Where's number 80? I think if he keeps producing the kind of numbers he has, he won't be wearing 80 for too long, unless he likes it that way. And there's strike 3 call. Got him on strikes. So a run given up by Jack Wynkoop in the first inning, thanks to a double by Marte to score the other Marte. It's 1-0 D-backs going to the bottom of the first. Zach Gallen making the start for Arizona, 19th start of the year. 3.84 ERA, 91 in the third innings, 103 strikeouts to 48 walks. Pretty good ratio. 151 whip, rather. 90 hits allowed, 2-6 Gallen's record. Rockies will be trying to prevent him from achieving a third win here in 2020. And David Dahl back in the leadoff spot today. Had a pinch hit appearance yesterday. 252 on the year, 10 home runs, 41 runs batted in. And first pitch misses outside, ball one. D-backs trying to creep up on the Giants for third place in the NL West. Seems like it might be a battle between the Padres and Dodgers for first from here on out. 1-0 to Dahl is a check swing, and he went too far, 1-1. Curveball that time from Zach Gallen. And swing and a miss for strike 2. Dahl chases a changeup low in the zone. And 1-2 from Gallen is inside. Count evens at 2. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled the other way. David Dahl leading the National League, leading all of baseball in doubles with 36 of them. And he swings and misses. Early he got fooled on that curveball there, and a good one from Gallen at the same time. That is out number 1. We'll take a look at this funky-looking swing from David Dahl one more time. Trevor Story will step to the plate. 259, 878 is OPS thanks to 23 home runs. Also has 55 RBI. First pitch misses low with a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Swung on and chopped weakly and foul outside the bag at first. Story, if he gets on, might be trying to steal. 11 stolen bases on the year. That's in the top 10 in the NL at least. 1-1 is going to miss in the dirt. Hitters count now on Trevor Story. And a check swing. Story went too far. Rockies not looking like they're seeing the ball all that well against Gallen early. We've seen some funky swings from Dahl and now Story. And the 2-2 pitch is outside. The count goes full. Rockies not a whole lot of offense yesterday besides the 3-run home run off the bat of Raimel Tapia. See Nolan Arenado waiting on deck. He's on base a few times. Payoff pitch to Story is swung on and grounded fair, and Walker will step on the bag himself for out number 2. Rockies lineup, a lot of the regulars back in there today. Left fielder Dahl, shortstop Story, third baseman Nolan Arenado. Batting clean up the first baseman Daniel Murphy, batting 5th the second baseman Ryan McMahon, batting 6th in right field Sam Hilliard, batting 7th in center field Garrett Hampson, batting 8th back in there behind the plate today is the catcher Drew Butera, and then Jack Weinkoop. See when he gets his first big league at bat. Nolan Arenado batting .337, takes a pitch down and in, ball 1. 4th place in the NL with that batting average. A very good one, would be the highest of Arenado's career if he can keep it up. 26 home runs as well for the perennial all-star for the Rockies. 1-0. It is swung on and lifted in the air towards right field. Marte going back. He's got it in range. He'll make the catch. That'll retire the side. We're through an inning of play. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Weinkoop will try to put up a scoreless inning in the second. Ildemaro Vargas leads off the second inning. 246 overall. Has been much better on the road. 293. All of his 7 home runs have come on the road. Only 193 at Chase Field. It's a relatively hitter's ballpark, relatively maybe in comparison to Coors Field, but it's a bit odd to see for Vargas. First pitch from Weinkoop is inside, ball 1. Nick Ahmed placed back on the injured list for the 3rd time this season. There's a pitch that's called a ball, 2-0. Sustaining an injury yesterday, and yesterday's ball game was Ahmed, and that was the first time we were able to see Ahmed this year, and already another injury for him. 3-0 now on Vargas with Carson Kelly waiting on deck. Weinkoop not quite as pronounced as Castellani with that motion where he goes up over his head with both arms. But he sort of starts to do it, then kind of stops. 3-1 coming to Vargas, and it's swung on and pulled foul. So from 3-0, the count is now full. And here comes a payoff pitch. Swung on and chopped foul once more. Not a whole lot of velocity from Weinkoop. In the low, sometimes can touch the mid-90s. A little bit faster velocity than what we've seen from Evan Grills, though. There's a swing and a foul out of play. D-backs offense certainly making him work. We've seen a few at-bats extended by some foul balls. That one's high, ball 4, leadoff walk to Ildemaro Vargas. And that'll bring up Carson Kelly, 241 on the year. Kelly hitting 241, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Having his 2nd straight start. John Gray yesterday did not pitch a bad ball game, just gave up a few runs. Carson Kelly, a part of the Paul Goldschmidt deal with the Cardinals. Goldschmidt then signing an extension with St. Louis. The 0-1 is going to bounce up to the plate. Luke Weaver, probably the big prize for the Diamondbacks in that deal. Just strike on the inside corner with a curveball. Pitch misses inside of the curveball, count evens at 2. Two-two pitch, swung on and lined off the glove of Murphy. He'll go to second, back to first, and that's in time. There's a double play. Weinkoop getting over to first base to cover. That was hit fairly hard off the glove of Murphy. was able to corral it and turn what ended up being a relatively easy double play. Wynkoop getting over there to cover, as you can see. Keeps his foot on the bag just long enough. 2 outs now. And that'll bring up Josh Rojas. .233 on the year. Left field yesterday for Rojas. Pitch misses somewhere. It's ball 1. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in yesterday's ball game for Rojas. There's a strike, 1 ball, and 1 strike.
1-1.
Wynkoop kicks and deals. That one's low and away. Hitters count now on Josh Rojas. And high, 3 balls and a strike. 91-mile-an-hour fastball misses. And a 3-1. Swung on and chopped foul. Full count now. Payoff pitch is swung on and foul the other way. Another lengthy at bat against Wynkoop. And swung on and missed. Got him on strikes. And that will retire the side. Josh Rojas goes down by way of the K. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Diamondbacks. Daniel Murphy will lead off the bottom of the second inning. 270 average, 408 slugging, 726 OPS. Has hit much better against righties than lefties this year. More or less has found himself in platoon territory. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. That knuckle curveball just grabbed the corner. 0-1 from Gallen is another, that's a changeup, and that one is going to miss for ball 1. One to Murphy is in there for a called strike. One's inside, count evens at 2. Pitching 95 miles per hour. That fastball was Gallen. 2-2 pitch. And high and tight. Full count now on Murphy. Ryan McMahon waiting on deck. And swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Really good curveball from Gallen. That's his second strikeout of the game.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, Ryan McMahon.
Here is Ryan McMahon, batting .243, 23 home runs, 52 RBI, third place in the NL with those 23 homers, .865 is OPS as he goes up hacking. Tied for third now in the NL. Someone else must have gotten their 23rd of the year. 0-1 to McMahon is swung on and missed. He's quickly down 0-2. McMahon doing a pretty good job of getting on base. In fact, he's scored 5 runs over his last 9 games. And swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. McMahon goes down on 3 pitches, third strikeout for Gallen today. Bumgarner struck out the side in his second inning yesterday, and the first 2 go down on swinging third strikes against Gallen here in the second inning today. Sam Hilliard will come to the plate. .245 average, 9 home runs. What you really want to look at is that .582 slugging for Sam Hilliard. Lots of pop in his bat. First pitch from Gallen is in for a strike. Hilliard had a pinch hit appearance and grounded out yesterday in the bottom of the 9th inning. 5-3 Diamondbacks was the final. And he quickly finds himself down 0-2. And the pitch from Gallen is swung on and fouled off. Hilliard trying to avoid being the third strikeout victim of this inning to Zach Gallen. Here comes an 0-2 once more, and that one's going to bounce up to the plate. Curveball does not trick Hilliard. The 1-2 from Gallen is swung on and missed that time. Pitch in the dirt, and Kelly will have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Gallen strikes out the side in the bottom of the second. Let's go to the third. It remains 1-0 Diamondbacks. Here we are in the third inning, 1-0 D-backs. Zach Gallen, starting pitcher, will lead things off against Wynkoop. Wynkoop making his simulated Major League debut. He is drafted by the Rockies in the 6th round of the 2015 draft out of the University of South Carolina in Columbia. Went to high school at Cape Henry High School in Virginia Beach. Born in Virginia Beach as well. On November 2nd, 1993. It's a pitch inside, ball 1 on Gallen. Swinging a ground ball towards second base. McMahon easily throws to first. There's one away. Pitching for Double-A Hartford last year, Wynkoop had a .356 ERA as we take a look at the National League West standings. Rockies now 13 games out, and Dodgers have opened a 2-game lead over the Padres in the division. I believe that is their biggest lead for first place of the year for the Dodgers so far. His lineup turns over Tim LeCastro for one grounded out his first time up back in the first inning. First pitch from Wynkoop here is taken on the inside corner for a called strike. And swung on and grounded again to second base. McMahon has another chance. And he will throw out the speedy LeCastro. There's 2 away, just like that. Well, if I asked you who you thought was the Major League Baseball player who missed baseball more than anybody else, it might not surprise you that it was Nolan Arenado. That is what Thomas Harding of MLB.com writes. Arenado said he really missed playing baseball, and now he's back in there. And he says it's an amazing feeling to be back playing. Swinging a chop foul by Marte. He's quickly down 0-2. Arenado says it's always been a great feeling, but especially after what's been going on in our country, it feels even better. Swing and a miss by Marte. That's a good inning for Jack Wynkoop. It's 1-0 Diamondbacks going to the bottom of the third. Rockies looking for their first hit. Garrett Hampson leads off the bottom of the third inning. 6 up, 6 down for the Rockies so far. .258 for Hampson, 5 home runs, 13 driven in. On a bit of a cooling off stretch for Hampson. But back to Nolan Arenado, he says the whole pandemic has changed his perspective. It really makes him appreciate being on the field. And if he'd like to do it for a very long time if he can. And the unfortunate thing about the stoppage of play is we're missing out on prime years of some of these guys' careers, including Mike Trout. Nolan Arenado, of course, no exception. Arenado really wants to have a career like, as Hampson bunts one foul, a career like Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, Matt Holliday, those long careers and Hall of Fame careers, really. Todd Helton should be in there already, in my view. Adrian Beltre seems to be on a trajectory as well. There's a pitch high and tight. 3 balls and a strike on Garrett Hampson with the .274 batting Drew Butera waiting on deck. Arenado on Sunday spoke with reporters, and he said everybody has a choice to make during these times, and you have to respect that choice, about if you want to play or not. Hampson fouls not a play, and the count goes full. because there is the right of players to opt out of the season. They have that right. Of course, that comes with sacrificing your prorated salary. Strike 3 called on Hampson. There's one down. As we take a look at Zach Gallen carving up the Rockies hitters. He struck out 4 batters in a row now. You can see Daniel Murphy, then got Ryan McMahon swinging. Sam Hilliard went down on a pitch in the dirt. And now, this inning starts off with a strikeout to Garrett Hampson. That one was painted. So, 4 strikeouts in a row. Drew Butera will come to the plate. He's on quite a stretch right now. 14 for his last 38 at the plate. That's a .368 batting average over his last 10 games. Batting average all the way up to .274 overall. Butera and Diaz really making for a great catching tandem. First pitch from Gallen here is in there for a called strike. But Arenado, you know, he says you have to respect the choice of anybody who wants to play or not, but he wants to play. He says it's 29 once in his life. He's never going to get this time back ever again, so he's going to go as hard as he can. Which misses down and in, ball 1 to Butera. Ended up being that the whole situation with Jeff Bridich is there's a flare to first base. That'll break up the strikeout succession for Gallen. Just 2 away. The whole situation with Jeff Bridich and Arenado. Arenado said that, well, that ended up being the least of the worries, and that can be for another time. Right now, focusing on the team, being positive because there's so much negativity surrounding our game and our country, he said he's just thankful to be back on the field, Arenado is. Arenado says he would like to play all 60 games of the regular season. That's what he wants to do. The more games played, the more comfortable he will feel, he says. Also said the Rockies are in need of confidence, especially after last year. Won't be easy by any means because there's a lot of teams that have gotten good and it'll be tough, especially being in the West facing the AL West teams they don't face all that often. But Arenado says he believes that their guys have something to prove. Arenado also has played in 155 or more games every year since 2015. Wynkoop drives one towards right, and that is going to nestle into the glove of Starling Marte. Bidding for the Rockies' first hit in his first Major League hit was Wynkoop there. We're through 3 innings. Marte, Walker, Beard due up for the Diamondbacks. Top of the 4th inning, Ketel Marte. 4 for 4 so far in this series. I'd say that's pretty good. 50th pitch of the day and of the big league career of Jack Wynkoop is swung on and lifted in the air towards center. Going back on this one is Hampson. He's at the track. That's over his head off the wall. Marte will cruise into second base with a leadoff double here in the top of the 4th. 19th double of the year for Ketel Marte. 5 for 5 in the series now. More from Thomas Harding of MLB.com. He said, according to Kyle Freeland, starting pitchers on the Rockies are going to be built up enough to throw 75 to 90 pitches by the first game of the regular season, which is either going to be July 23 or 24. And by the time you hear this, you will have found out, because that was going to be announced last night on the on MLB Network. But Freeland said they have 3 weeks to get ramped up. He feels that for himself and the other starters, with their mindsets and their work ethic, plenty of time to prepare their bodies and their arms and their minds to compete and eat a solid amount of innings in their first couple of outings. So swing and a miss. Wynkoop really working on getting some strikeouts. There's his 4th. We take a look at how things are going on the Road to the Show report. Isotopes 41 and 43, a little bit better than the Rockies this year. They beat the El Paso Chihuahuas 3-2. Tony Walter is doing pretty good in his last 10 games down there, hitting 500 in that span. Also has a home run. Here is Seth Beer, strikeout victim, his first time up. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. More from Thomas Harding. Ben Bowden, left-handed relief prospect for the Rockies, one of their main relief prospects. He was shut down early in spring training because of a back injury, but he's improved. Black said he's a little backed up, working through some things, but they're just glad he's here, that he he tells you he's able to perform some activities. Bowden is a second-round pick of the 2016 draft. He's dealt with some injuries that have kind of put his career off track. I wouldn't say derailed it just yet. He's the number 10 prospect in the Rockies organization, according to MLB.com. Two and two the count now on Seth Beer. Swung on and pulled foul. Steve Foster, Rockies pitching coach, said Antonio Senzatella could make a big step forward this year. Foster said, the greatest strides of all these guys for me is Antonio Senzatella. Ground ball to short. On the backhand, Story throws to first. There's two down. Foster says it was the things done behind the scenes last year and at the end of the season that Senzatella stuck with throughout the offseason and came into spring training with. His velocity is up. He says his breaking pitches are sharper. The Rapsodo pitching monitors say the numbers have increased, spin rate and vertical break. Foster says Senzatella's gotten better and he's already done well. That'll be fun to see if we can get some real improvements out of Antonio Senzatella. He's shown flashes at times in his big league career. That is for sure. Really up and down in his career, though, as that one is hit foul. 5.33 ERA in 84 games, 58 starts for Senzatella in his Rockies career. Did have a very solid start in the postseason back a couple years ago against the Brewers. There's a strike 1-2 now on Ildemaro Vargas. And during this offseason, some interesting information here. Matt Kemp and Nolan Arenado did some training together. There's a swing and a miss. Wynkoop really carving up Diamondbacks hitters. He's been impressive so far today. It's 1-0 D-backs going to the bottom of the fourth. Top of the order for the Rockies. Still looking for their first base runner. David Dahl struck out his first time up, 0 for 2 in the series after a pinch hit appearance yesterday. But yeah, Arenado and Matt Kemp both training together this offseason. And Arenado said he was happy to hit with him and learn from him, saying he was the best player in the game at one point. Of course, Mike Trout is now, but he was Mike Trout before Mike Trout. In terms of, standing in the game. Of course, Kemp has done a lot of damage against the Rockies in his career, and Arenado's got to know him a little bit, so they've really enjoyed their time together. But as Arenado said, Kemp could always just hit. That's something he's just done, and he doesn't think he's ever going to stop doing that. Dahl takes the pitch low. He's got a hitter's count now.
2-1.
Fun to hear the latest going on around the ballpark. Fun to see all the guys back there all getting all their quotes. There's a high fly ball off the bat of Dahl to center field. Ketel Marte is going back. He is at the track. He's looking up, and that ball is gone. Solo home run for David Dahl. First hit of the ball game is also the first run for the Rockies. 11th home run of the year. That ties this game up at 1. That ball just kept carrying 427 feet off the bat. 96.8 mile per hour exit velocity for the Rockies left fielder today. And here is Trevor Story now. Brand new ball game. Story grounded out his first time up back in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. First pitch from Gallen is swung on and grounded towards second base. On the backhand, that play is made by Vargas. There's one down.
Up next for Colorado, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado, flied out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Rockies finally able to break through with a hit and a run against Zach Gallen. Arenado takes the pitch low, ball 1. 29 doubles on the year. That is definitely second place thanks to David on the Rockies, thanks to David Dahl's league lead. Arenado is actually second in the National League as well in terms of doubles. David Dahl just setting quite a pace. 1-1 pitch to Arenado is going to miss low. He's got a hitter's count now. That curveball misses. And on the inside corner for a called strike, count evens at 2. And now at 50 pitches today, Zach Gallen really breezed through those first 3 innings, and Arenado takes strike 3 called. And that is out number 296 mile-an-hour fastball. 6th strikeout for Gallen. Jack Wynkoop really carving up the D-backs hitters. He is looking to keep pace. It'll be pretty cool to see Wynkoop get a win in his first big league game. Rockies offense need to do some more run scoring. Daniel Murphy takes first pitch strike on the inside corner. He struck out his first time up in the second inning, so he's 0 for 1. 317 on base percentage and 724 OPS this year for Murph. 0-1 from Gallen is low.
1-1.
Murphy was the 13th round pick in the 2006 draft by the New York Mets. Time with the Nationals, Cubs, now Rockies. Pitch is high and a hitter's count now on Murphy. Swung on and grounded towards first base. Walker will run to the bag himself. That'll retire the side. Rockies get on the board. Solo home run for David Dahl. We're tied at 1 through 4 innings. Top of the 5th, Carson Kelly leads things off. 0 for 1 grounded out in the second inning. Really settling in is Jack Wynkoop. Just gave up that run in the first. And 3 really good innings under his belt. And the first pitch to the catcher, Kelly, is taken outside, ball 1. 0 for 3 in yesterday's ballgame. A couple strikeouts for Kelly. John Gray struck out 5 in 5 innings of work. Also walked 5 and allowed 5 hits, though. Ground ball hit towards first base. Murphy will take it himself. 1 down.
After that. Up next to the Diamondbacks, the third baseman.
That'll bring up Josh Rojas. 0 for 1 on the day. Strikeout victim his first time up in the second inning. 0 for 4 in the series. And first pitch from Wynkoop here is taken for a strike. Rojas playing at the hot corner today. Left field yesterday. 0-1 from Wynkoop is swung on and fouled towards the hot corner. Quickly 0-2. 47 of 68 pitches have been strikes for Wynkoop. And here comes the 69th pitch of the day for Wynkoop. It's going to miss a low, ball 1. Really settling in there. Wynkoop has looked pretty good over his past 3+ innings. Really putting together a lot of strike throwing. 1-2 to Rojas is swung on and grounded to third base. Arenado throws to first. 2 down. And that'll bring up Zach Gallen. 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up in the third inning. Right to the second baseman, McMahon. 1 for 24 on the year at the plate for Zach Gallen. First pitch here is on the inside corner for a called strike. Gallen, a third-round pick in the 2016 draft. 0-1 from Wynkoop is swung on and lifted in the air towards right, not even moving a step. Making the catch out there is Sam Hilliard. That'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th. McMahon, Hilliard, Hampson due up for the Rockies as they try to get some run scoring going and perhaps get Wynkoop his first big league win. Rockies manager Bud Black talking things over with his pitching coach Steve Foster. They have seen good things from Jack Wynkoop making his big league debut today. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Ryan McMahon struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. .541 his slugging percentage. makes up for the little bit low side on the batting average and OBP to start his year. Could very well make the All-Star team as a reserve, the simulated All-Star game. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts yesterday for McMahon. He's really struck out a lot this year, though. Up over 110 Ks now. Swung on and pulled foul. He's really sacrificed some of the batting average for power this year, and not necessarily a bad thing because he has been hitting for power quite consistently. And the 1-1 from Gallen is taking high hitters count now on Ryan McMahon. And not necessarily looking like he's a free swinger. McMahon has also had a pretty good eye at the plate, even if the OBP might not show it. There's a ground ball hit towards third. Rojas up at the ball, throws to first. 1 down. Sam Hilliard will bat. Strikeout victim his first time up. 243, 288, 577 his triple slash on the year. That slash line meaning at batting average, then on-base percentage, then slugging percentage. He takes first pitch strike on the outside corner. Bit of a pull shift on for Hilliard. Ildemaro Vargas, the second baseman, playing a step onto the outfield grass in shallow right. 0-1 from Gallen is swung on and pulled foul and out of play. Gallen 38 of 61 pitches for strikes today. Not quite as good of a ratio as Wynkoop in terms of strike throwing, but same score for both sides. Pitch low and away, ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 pitch is swung on and chopped towards third weakly. On the run, Rojas throws and got him to a down. And that'll leave it up to Garrett Hampson. Also struck out his first time up. So Gallen was really working on some Ks today. First pitch is a strike at the knees with a curveball. Hampson, third-round pick in the 2016 draft by these Rockies. Made his big league debut against the D-backs a couple years ago now. Swung on and chopped back over the mound. And Gallen fires to first for the out. That'll retire the side. We're through 5 innings. 1-1 tie at Coors Field. Tim LeCastro's put the ball on the ground twice, and even with his speed, he's grounded out twice, 0 for 2. Patrick Saunders at the Denver Post writes, the Rockies need pitching depth, and they could certainly count on, or need to count on, Jeff Hoffman to be a guy that delivers, as we see Wade Davis and Tim Collins up in the Rockies bullpen. A good way to test that will be intra-squad games that'll get going shortly. Hoffman is 27 years old, out of minor league options. Looks like he will likely make the starting roster, whether that's as a long man out of the bullpen or as the 5th starter, kind of a competition with Chichi Gonzalez in that regard. 0-2 pitch to LeCastro is called a ball. Not sure where that missed.
1-2.
But Steve Foster said Sunday, to this point in time, Jeff Hoffman has not performed to the level that the organization believes he can. A critical component for him is being able to throw strikes. Foster used the word dirtiness, wants Hoffman to use the dirtiness that he has. Swung on and missed by LeCastro. Really good slider from Wynkoop. That's his 6th strikeout of the day, as he has really settled in. Hoffman has a pretty big curveball. Foster wants to see it from him on a regular basis. Wants him to put hitters on the defensive. We have seen some very good things from Hoffman, especially in not his rookie campaign, but the year after. He was striking out a lot of batters. Big thing is Hoffman can't allow rallies to explode into big innings. It's a 6.11 career ERA. Kyle Freeland about Hoffman, they're close friends. They know each other really well. Freeland says that Hoffman's got all the tools and all the talent in the world to be an extremely good major league pitcher. Freeland says he knows firsthand what he's capable of, and he seems to be working hard towards that goal. going to miss low. 3 balls and a strike as the sun starts to set. You can see the twilight at Coors Field now. 3-1 pitch to Starling Marte is swung on and ripped towards the gap in left center field. That ball is going to get down and bang off the wall. Marte around second base on his way to third. Throw by Story is not going to be in time. Triple for Starling Marte. That is his second triple in a Diamondbacks uniform. I'll bring up Ketel Marte. He is 5 for 5 in the series. He has 2 doubles today. And an RBI, the lone RBI of the game, takes first pitch low, ball 1. Marquez and Senzatella, along with Freeland, through live batting practice on Sunday afternoon. There's a strike to Marte. And a Marquez fastball got away and buzzed Nolan Arenado, who had to react quickly to avoid getting drilled in the head. I don't think it was intentional. Arenado said it was a good sign for him that he was able to recognize that it was up and in, and he was able to move out of the way. Of course, we saw that situation not from the opposite perspective of the line drive off the bat of Giancarlo Stanton drilling Masahiro Tanaka a few days ago for the Yankees. Fly ball to left field. Going back on this one is Dahl. He will make the catch with the track. This will be deep enough to get the run home. Starling Marte will score. It's an RBI sac fly for Ketel Marte, and the Diamondbacks take a 2-1 lead. And here is Christian Walker now 0 for 2 strikeout and a flyout on the day. Bud Black said that Brendan Rodgers, who had shoulder surgery last July, is completely healed. He is ready to compete for playing time. Black said he's moving great, arm feels good. They were concerned about the arm coming back from surgery, but good workouts. Keith Duggar, the Rockies head trainer, working really hard with him on a daily basis to strengthen that shoulder, and he's full go. Ground ball hit towards second base. McMahon up with the ball, throws to first. That'll retire the side. Another run for the Diamondbacks. They lead at 2-1. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Rockies looking for offense now as they try to get Jack Weinkoop his first big league win. He certainly pitched well enough for it. Rockies need more than a hit, though. Drew Butera leads off the bottom of the 6th inning. He popped out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 2-1 Diamondbacks. More quotes from Arenado from Patrick Saunders of the Denver Post. I told you earlier, he said that he's 29 once in his life, so he's really excited to play. And about that greater appreciation he has now dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, the greater appreciation for baseball, he said, when you get caught in a routine, you just tend to think things will fall into place. And obviously, they do not. Arenado has grown to even more appreciate his family, the people closest to him, and obviously baseball.
Nope, ball.
So pitch low and away. 3 balls and a strike on Drew Butera. Jack Weinkoop would be waiting on deck, and I kind of hope we get to see him because I would like to see him come out for a 7th inning of work. Arenado said his weight's a little bit down, 209-ish pounds, swing and a miss by Butera. First time ever being home in summer and working out, so burning a lot of calories. He wants to get up to 215 to 217 by the time games start. It has to do it the right way without feeling sluggish. Swinging a ground ball, base hit into left field. Drew Butera leads off with a base hit here in the bottom of the 6th. His hardest thing is timing for Arenado and for everybody, really, when you want to get prepared. He was facing live pitching, but not as consistent as he needed to get where he wants, so that's missing. As hopefully he can get that down during this camp. Raimel Tapia is going to pinch hit at a home run in yesterday's ball game. 3-run shot, the only runs batted in for the Rockies. So that's the end of the day. 6 really good innings for the big league debut of Jack Weinkoop. 2-1 Diamondbacks lead it right now. Tapia takes first pitch strike. 159 on the year, his batting average. So, Rockies need to get a couple runs here if they want Weinkoop to get that first big league victory. It was a check swing, a pitch high. Tapia did not go. Arenado was asked about some of his talented young teammates and who he's excited to see this season. Said he was excited to see his cousin Josh Fuentes. They worked hard during the break. Also wants to see more Sam Hilliard, Brendan Rodgers. Tapia takes a strike, 1-2 the count. Arenado was asked if he had any statistical goals during this season, and he said the main stat is winning ball games. Very Arenado response there. That is the goal. Because really, and he makes a good point that in this shortened season, every win basically counts like 2 wins and every loss like 2 losses. And pitch just a bit inside, full count. David Dahl is waiting on deck. Arenado was also asked about the adjustment of having no fans in the stands. But first of all, Arenado said he's just going to be happy to be out there again. Tapia swings and grounds one towards first. 3-6-3. That is a double play, and there are 2 down. Arenado admits he is not a health expert, but said he is hoping that near the end of the season there could be fans again. Doesn't know if that'll work out, though, but motivation will be there regardless. It's an amazing feeling that he can wake up in the morning knowing there is going to be a schedule for real games to be played. Strike on the outside corner to David Dahl. Just like that, quickly 2 outs now. And Bud Black not happy with the home plate umpire about that call. 1 for 2 on the day for Dahl. But Arenado and Story really looking like a couple leaders on this team. Arenado 29 years old, Story 27. And from an article at Sports Illustrated by Tracy Ringlesby, Arenado said that he and Story talked during the offseason and they told each other, you hold me accountable and I'll hold you accountable. Dahl swings and drives one to right. It's going to be gone. Home run. Second home run of the game for David Dahl, 12th of the year, and that one even farther than the first. That one, we'll look at the estimated distance on that. 487 feet, 114 mile per hour exit velocity. Going to bring up Trevor Story. David Dahl has hit 2 solo home runs today. So it's David Dahl 2, the Diamondbacks 2. And here is Trevor Story. If he could do the same thing David Dahl just did, he would put Jack Weinkoop in line for a win. Ground outs today for Story, 2 of them. He's 0 for 2. First pitch he takes for a strike. Rockies do have one of the youngest starting lineups in baseball. Only guys greater than 30 in the everyday lineup are Daniel Murphy and Charlie Blackmon. We'll see about Matt Kemp, how often he factors in. The swing and a miss. Story goes down on strikes. David Dahl has hit 2 solo home runs today, and it's a 2-2 ball game. We're through 6 innings. New pitcher for the Rockies is Tim Collins, 32nd game of the year. 3.60 ERA in 25 innings, 26 strikeouts against 17 walks. Reverse splits lefties hitting him much better than righties. Seth Beer leads things off, 5 for 13 in his big league career now, 0 for 2 today. Another lefty-on-lefty matchup. Those haven't been fun for Beer today. All he's gotten are lefties thrown at him. First pitch is high and away, ball 1. Though, as we mentioned, Collins has those reverse splits, so perhaps something to look forward to if you are Seth Beer. Also pitching in on Sunday, according to Patrick Lyons of DNVR, for the Rockies at their workout. Philip Deal and Brian Shaw got in some bullpen sessions. Ashton Godot and Antonio Santos. Both got in there as well. There's a pitch inside. 3 balls and no strikes on Beer with Ildemaro Vargas waiting on deck. Rockies did have an L screen in order to prevent the incident that occurred, as we mentioned, with Tanaka and Stanton. That one's high. 4-pitch walk will lead off the top of the 7th to Seth Beer. Chris Owings did hit a home run off of Antonio Senzatella in a matchup. Otherwise, most at-bats were uneventful, Lyons says. Lyons also described Senzatella as newly slender. There's a strike to Vargas. Brian Mundell showed easy power by hitting a few home runs in batting practice to the left field bleachers. There's also several off the bats of Fuentes, Tyler Nevin, and Brett Boswell. Swung on and missed by Vargas, quickly down 0-2. Alan Trejo showed some homers as well in batting practice, as the Rockies still have some spots available on their 60-man player pool. Did not put all the available number of players on there when they released it. Swung on and grounded foul. Arenado also said, according to Doug Ottewell of Mile High Sports, that there is a chance that the Rockies could win the World Series in 2020. Of course, a lot can happen in the span of 60 games. There's a swing and a ground ball hit to short. Story goes to second for 1, back to first, double play, and there are 2 outs. Here's Carson Kelly. He's put the ball on the ground twice for outs today, 0 for 2. Odds makers have there's a ground ball to third. They have a 150-1 chance for the Rockies to win it all this year. We shall see. Arenado makes that play to retire the side. 7th inning stretch time. Arenado will lead off in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're tied at 2. Only 3 hits for both teams.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Double switch time for D-backs manager Torey Lovello. We'll start by looking at your new Diamondbacks pitcher. That's going to be Mike Leake. 72 1/3 innings, 38 strikeouts to 14 walks, so going to see the ball put in play against him, and his defense has really done a good job of handling that. See, the batting average against is pretty low. Arenado is 0 for 2 strikeout and a flyout on his day today. Mike Leake having a solid year. His first pitch to Arenado is swung on and chopped foul. It should be noted, as Ottewell of Mile High Sports writes, that the Rockies through the 60-game mark have been atop the division a couple times. 1995 and in 2017, they've been in second place in 1997, 2000, 2013, 2018, and 2019. So we'll see what happens when Game 60 rolls around in this new season, this new 60-game season. As Arenado said, it's almost like you win one game, it's like you're winning 2 games. You lose one game, it's like you're losing 2 games. That's swung on and fouled out of play. It's a 2-2 count on Nolan Arenado. It's swung on and pulled foul, or fouled the other way, I should say. Swung on and fouled. That one was pulled foul. Where is Brendan Rodgers likely to play? Bud Black told Rock's Pile that his natural position is shortstop. Arenado fouls another one. But he's most comfortable there, but Black said, I'm sure if you asked him, he'd also tell you he feels comfortable at second, too. He's going to get a lot of reps at second base. Arenado fouls another ball off. This will be at least a 10-pitch plate appearance to him. Lots of ground ball work. Bud Black says whatever they can do to get him as comfortable at second base as he is Brendan Rodgers at shortstop. Arenado swings and misses. That's out number one. But Bud Black said Rodgers looks great, moving around well, swinging the bat well, no apprehension or tentativeness as it relates to the shoulder. He is very much good to go. That's in there for a called strike to Daniel Murphy. He's 0 for 2 today. 7 for 28 in his career against Mike Leake. One of those hits was a home run. Leake's 0-1 pitch is high, ball one. Action in the D-backs bullpen. Righties Junior Guerra and Hector Rondon. We saw Rondon pitch in yesterday's ball game. Ended up giving up that 3-run home run to Raimel Tapia. Just would take a solo shot to put the Rockies in the lead today. That one's a low hitter's count now on Daniel Murphy. Cut fastball from Leake that time, missing low. Leake has found himself a home in the D-backs bullpen. That's in there for a called strike. Count evens at 2. Another cut fastball from Leake. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded towards first base. Walker will feed Leake to the bag, and there are 2 down here in the 7th. That'll bring up Ryan McMahon. He's 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a groundout. 0 for 6. Still looking for that first hit of the series. And first pitch from Leake is swung on and fouled off. Both starters pitching pretty solid today. It's a battle of the bullpens from here on out, though. Collins took over in the top of the 7th for the Rockies. Leake here in the bottom of the 7th for the D-backs. Ground ball up the middle into center field off the bat of Ryan McMahon. It's a 2-out single. He represents the potential go-ahead run on base now. Not trying to do too much with that pitch. Just serves a soft ground ball up the middle. Good things can happen when you put the ball in play. Here's Sam Hilliard. 0 for 2 strikeout and a groundout on his day. And Leake's pitch is in there for a called strike. There's a changeup. And the 0-1 from Leake is taken low with a sinker. And that's swung on and pulled. That is a foul ball, nearly knocked down at first base by Christian Walker, but Hilliard will return to the plate, and he'll do it again. Comes another 1-2 from Leake. And inside, the count evens up. 15 of 22 pitches for strikes in this 7th inning from Mike Leake. 2-2 pitch, swung on and grounded to first base. Walker will take it himself, and that'll retire the side. After 7 innings, we're still tied at 2. Rockies have taken a lead in the hit column, 4 hits to 3 hits for the D-backs on a very pitcher-friendly day at Coors Field. Josh Rojas 0 for 2 on the day, 0 for 5 in the series. Strikeout and a groundout on his day today. And he will lead things off here on the top of the 8th inning. Quick inning for Tim Collins in the 7th, so he'll be back out for an 8th. Give up a leadoff 4-pitch walk, then got a double play. Another quick groundout after that. First pitch from Collins to Rojas is taken for a strike. Well, 8th inning means it's time to check some scores around baseball. Cardinals beat the Nationals 5-1. That has turned final. Jack Flaherty, win number 6. Steven Strasburg, loss number 6. Flaherty went 6 innings, gave up 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 7. Good day for him. Marlins beat the Rangers 5-3 in interleague action. It's a 2-2 count now on Rojas. Lance Lynn with the loss. He's 5-8 now on the year for Texas. Joey Gallo hit his 12th home run of the year. And Harold Ramirez, home run number 11 from Miami. Cleveland beat Cincinnati 7-0 in the Ohio battle. Mike Clevenger, win number 7 for Cleveland, as Collins picks up a strikeout. Trevor Bauer, loss number 7 against his former team. Clevenger went 8 1/3 innings, struck out 14, gave up 3 hits. Nearly was able to come through with a complete game shutout. Braves beat the Pirates 3-1. That's a final. Mike Foltynewicz, win number 5 for Atlanta. There's a ground ball hit to short. Story up with the ball. 2 down. Joe Musgrove got the loss. Foltynewicz struck out 8 in 8 innings, 7 hits allowed, but no runs. Tim LeCastro will be the batter. He's 0 for 3 on the day, struck out his last time up. That was in the 6th. Slash line on the year, 163, 224, 294 for LeCastro. We really like to see him get on base more with the D-backs to utilize his speed. There's a line drive base hit into right field, and there you go. 2-out single here in the top of the 8th for Tim LeCastro. Looking towards another interleague matchup, 5-1 Mets beat the Yankees. Noah Syndergaard win number 8. Garrett Cole loss number 4. There's a throw to first base. Miguel Andujar had 4 hits in the losing cause for the Yankees. Red Sox beat the Blue Jays in an AL East matchup 4-0. Eduardo Rodriguez win number 7. Tanner Roark with the losses, now 3-10. Starling Marte 1 for 2 with a triple and a couple of runs scored today. Also has a walk in there. Actually a hit by pitch that was. Eduardo Rodriguez, 8 scoreless innings for the Red Sox. 8th inning, Cubs are leading the White Sox 9-2. Pitch out there. Anthony Rizzo has 5 runs batted in and his 16th home run of the year. LeCastro, 10 stolen bases in 10 attempts this year. 8th inning, Twins lead the Royals in a pitcher's duel 10-7. Marwin Gonzalez has 2 home runs, numbers 5 and 6 on the year for Minnesota. It's a 2-1 count on Starling Marte with Tim LeCastro on first base. And the pitch. That's in there for a called strike. Count evens at 2. Bud Black in the Rockies dugout laying down the signs. Another throw to first. Collins keeping a close eye on LeCastro over there. And that one swung on and fouled out of play. We'll do it again. That swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. And that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Not a very offensive-minded game. Both teams 2 runs on 4 hits. Rockies, well, David Dahl is going to be coming up after Garrett Hampson, Drew Butera in the pitcher spot. If we get to David Dahl, we'll see him here in the bottom of the 8th. Hampson swings and misses. We're tied at 2. And David Dahl is responsible for both runs batted in for the Rockies today. He has 2 solo home runs, so looking forward to seeing his next appearance. Line drive right into the glove of Walker off the bat of Hampson. That's out number 1. Hampson can't believe it. Hit that one on the screws. 8th inning, Astros lead the Phillies 2-0. Another interleague matchup. As here's Drew Butera, 1 for 2 base hit today. That came in the 6th inning. Brewers lead the Rays 11-0. They're in the 8th. Lots of interleague matchups today. There's a strike to Butera. Christian Yelich with a couple home runs, numbers 21 and 23, 21 and 22 on the year. I think I can count. A's lead the Giants 4-1. There's a pitch high to Butera. That one's high and away. Hitters count now on Butera. We'll see a pinch hitter due up. 2-1 coming. That's in there for a called strike. Count evens at 2. Mike Leake, his next pitch will be the 30th of his day in relief. Josh Fuentes still on the bench for the Rockies. So is Elias Diaz, the catcher. Matt Kemp as well. Butera swings, lines one towards left field. A base hit. Cutting it off out there is Beer. Seth Beer throws it back in. And another hit for Drew Butera. That's a couple today. And Brian Mundell also on the Rockies bench. We'll see who comes up. A bunch of right-handed batters. And it is going to be Matt Kemp. 182 on the year. Very small sample for Kemp. It just got called up at the start of this homestand. And he takes first pitch strike. 1 home run in a Rockies uniform for him. And 1 RBI. So an 853 OPS looks pretty good thanks to a heightened slugging percentage thanks to that 1 home run in the very small amount of time he has played. Leak comes set. His 0-1 is low, ball 1. And that's swung on and lifted in the air towards center field. Going back on this one is Ketel Marte. He's got a long run, and he will run it down. Nice running catch for Ketel Marte in center field. What a play. Did not get a great jump on that ball, but with his speed was able to make up for it. And here's David Dahl now. 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 2 solo shots, and that's why we're tied at 2 thanks to David Dahl today. First pitch from Leak is swung on and ripped foul. Not that I don't want the Rockies to score here in the 8th, but we have not seen them walk off yet this year. That would certainly be fun to see in the bottom of the ninth. Have one walk-off call in here before the Rockies' Purple Row sim comes to an end. Swung on and lifted in the air towards shallow center field. Ketel Marte, much easier play this time. He'll put it away, and that'll retire the side. We're through 8 innings, tied at 2, Diamondbacks and Rockies, and the 3-4-5 hitters due up for the Snakes in the ninth. Wade Davis, game number 45 on the year, 1-2 his record, 33 in the third innings, 7.02 ERA, 34 strikeouts, 11 walks. Batting average against has come down. Davis looking a little bit sharper as of late. Just a really rough start for him. Ketel Marte, first batter he faces. 5 for 5 in the series for Marte. Does have a sac fly as well today, and he has 3 hits and 9 career at-bats against Wade Davis. Tie ball game at 2 here in the ninth inning. Wade Davis in. The 0-1 to Marte is in there for a called strike. He's quickly down 0-2. Walks have not been the big issue for Davis this year. Just a lot of hard contact and check swing, and appeal to third, he did not go. News out of Atlanta Braves camp from Monday that Nick Markakis opted out of the season, and it was after he had a conversation on the telephone with Freddie Freeman, the star of the Braves, who tested positive for COVID-19 and has a fever and other symptoms. And Markakis said just hearing him the way he sounded on the phone, it was tough. It was eye-opening for him with everything that's going on in baseball, not just with baseball, all over the world. He said it really opens your eyes. Felix Hernandez also signing a minor league deal. King Felix with the Braves this year opted out as well. Ground ball to short. Story makes the play, and Marte for the first time this series has made an out. Second Braves player to opt out is Markakis. Of course, other big names have included Ian Desmond of the Rockies, David Price of the Dodgers, Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals. Markakis, not sure how much longer he'll be able to go in his career. So this is a serious thing for him. He's 36 years old, not sure if he'll get another chance. That ball is ripped to deep left field, and it's gone. Big fly off the bat of Christian Walker up towards the concourse out there in left field, his 18th of the year, and it's going to give the D-backs a 3-2 lead here in the ninth. Absolute boom shot at 484 feet, 112-mile-per-hour exit velocity for Christian Walker. And Bud Black, it's a rough one today, at least so far. It's only a one-run ball game, just not a lot of offense to come by for either side today. And very little doubt when that one left Christian Walker's bat. That will bring up now Seth Beer. He's 0 for 2 to draw a walk in the 7th inning, 5 for 13 on the day, on the year, I should say. He pulls one foul. Braves are probably going to be looking to go with a outfield rotation of Marcell Ozuna and Ronald Acuna Jr. for sure. Ender Inciarte, Adam Duvall also factoring into the mix. They also have a couple rookies in the names of Christian Pache and Drew Waters. Joe Harvey and Carlos Estevez both up in the Rockies bullpen now. Last year was the first time Markakis made the All-Star team. Sorry, in 2018 he did, and came back in 2019. Swung on and missed. Ugly-looking swing by Beer. 1-2 the count. 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Davis. Also news from Monday, the Nationals, Astros, and Cardinals. I believe those are the only teams, though some may have been added, ended up shutting down their workouts because of testing delays as Beer strikes out. Well, he came in with a batting average of .455. Rockies have handled Beer well today. Coors beats Beer, I guess. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's Eduardo Escobar coming in for the D-backs in the pitcher's spot. There's a double switch. 250 on the year, 8 home runs, 39 driven in, a 705 OPS for Escobar. First pitch from Davis is on the outside corner for a called strike. And ESPN was reporting that the testing results from Friday did not come in time for a lot of clubs. A's were another one, Angels as well. Some teams elected to shut down their workouts to keep on the safe side. Probably a good idea, swing and a miss by Escobar. And he's down 0-2. So that's how your 2019 World Series teams, the Nationals and Astros, are doing. Decided to shut down workouts. 0-2 to Escobar is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Davis gets a couple of strikeouts, but he also gives up a solo home run to Christian Walker, and that's going to put the D-backs on top 3-2. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Rockies do have some big hitters due up as they try to at least tie this one. Archie Bradley, new pitcher for the D-backs. 2.22 ERA. He's been solid. 24 in the third innings. 32 strikeouts. Very good. 16 walks. He's had a little bit of trouble there. Rockies have handled him at times. And Trevor Story, Nolan Arenado, Daniel Murphy are who he will face. Andrew Chafin and Hector Rondon also up in the D-backs bullpen in case. We saw the 4-out save yesterday from Chafin. Story 0 for 3 on the day, strikeout his last time up. That was in the 6th, 0 for 6 in the series. So I would say he is about due. First pitch misses in the dirt, ball one. There's some of that command issues I think we've seen from one Archie Bradley this year. 3-2 Diamondbacks after the solo home run off Wade Davis by Christian Walker in the ninth. Story swings and misses at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And 1-2 from Bradley is swung on and pulled foul. Story did a good job of timing up that changeup. Pulled it foul, though. Bradley into his motion windup in the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Story can't believe it. 96-mile-an-hour fastball painted on the inside corner, and that is going to be out number 1 as we take a look at it one more time. Andrew Chafin now joined by Yohan Lopez in the bullpen for the D-backs. Nolan Arenado also due today. He's 0 for 3, struck out his last time up in the 7th, taking first pitch ball 1 from Bradley. 1058 OPS on the year for Nolan Arenado, in line to start the simulated All-Star game for the NL at third base. 1-0 from Bradley is swung on and grounded. That ball is foul down the third base line. Just hugging the line. Rojas made a dive for it, but it was just a foul ball. 1-1 from Bradley to Arenado is low. Hitters count now on Nolan. And swung on and chopped foul. The count evens at 2. 97-mile-an-hour fastball that time from Bradley. Well, Jack Wynkoop will not factor into the decision today. Wade Davis is in line for the loss right now, but Wynkoop pitched a really good ball game. Ground ball. That's going to be a long throw, and got him. Wow, what a play at shortstop by Tim LaCastro to get Arenado for out number 2. Most other runners would have beat out that play, not Nolan, though. Here's Daniel Murphy. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Grounded out his last time up. That was in the 7th. It's 3-2 Diamondbacks. Rockies down to their final out against Archie Bradley. First pitch to Murphy is inside, ball 1. Murphy, good numbers against Bradley, not a huge sample. 4 hits and 7 at bats. One of those hits a double. And the 1-0 from Bradley is swung on and fouled off. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Not a whole lot of offense for the Rockies today. 1-1 to Murphy is going to miss low. Hitters count now. 2-1 pitch. Just a bit inside. 3 balls and a strike. Ryan McMahon is waiting on deck. He would represent the potential go-ahead run if Murphy were to reach here. Seen Murphy hit some walk-off home runs in his career, or McMahon as well. 3-1 coming to Murphy is low, ball 4. He walked him, so tying run on base. And the potential winning run comes to the plate in Ryan McMahon. We might see a pinch runner for Murphy at first base. We're going to see a new pitcher, though, and that's Yohan Lopez, 46 and 2/3 innings. Archie Bradley has reached the 3-batter minimum. 38 strikeouts and 8 walks for Lopez. This is his 42nd game of the year, and Josh Fuentes is going to pinch run for Murphy at first base. Ryan McMahon, 1 for 7 in the series thanks to a base hit he achieved in the 7th inning. Dinger, get our first look at him this game. He's been a bit quiet today, hasn't had a whole lot to cheer about in terms of offense. Ryan McMahon representing the potential winning run at the plate. Tying run is on base. Fuentes not a burner by any means, much faster, though, I would say, than Daniel Murphy. Ground ball to first base, and just like that, Walker will... Oh, what happened there? An error. Walker was not able to make the play, and McMahon's going to reach. What happened there? And that's going to bring up Sam Hilliard, the tying run now in scoring position. Winning run also on base, and Ryan McMahon. Sam Hilliard 0 for 3 today, as Walker was just not able to get the ball out of his glove. That was the final out of this ball game, waiting for him there at first base. So now, Lopez from the stretch. Looks towards second. His first pitch to Hilliard is swung on and lifted in the air towards left field. Coming over on this one and making the catch to end the ball game is Seth Beer. So, final today, Diamondbacks 3, Rockies 2. D-backs will be going for a sweep of the Rockies tomorrow. We will not be broadcasting that game for you. Very good game for Jack Wynkoop today in his big league debut. Went 6 strong innings, just gave up 2 runs to Arizona. Zach Gallen about matched him pitch for pitch, though. Rockies got a couple base runners there in the bottom of the 9th. Not able to bring anyone home, though. So the win goes to Mike Leake. He's 7-4. Wade Davis with the loss is 1-3, and Yohan Lopez picks up his first save of the year. For the D-backs, 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. For the Rockies, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Player of the game is going to be Ketel Marte. Now 5 for 6 in the series. Also had a sac fly today. 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in. Mike Leake goes 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, a strikeout. Wade Davis gives up the solo home run to Christian Walker in the top of the 9th. That ends up being the go-ahead run. 2 strikeouts and 1 hit allowed by Davis today, that homer. Yohan Lopez only goes a third of an inning and is able to get the final out. And on other highlights for the D-backs offense, Starling Marte 1 for 3 with a triple. Also had 2 runs scored after being hit by a pitch. Christian Walker 1 for 4 with that solo home run. Highlights in offense for the Rockies. David Dahl went 2 for 4 with 2 solo home runs. That's all the offense for the Rockies today. He homered in the 4th and the 6th. Drew Butera went 2 for 3. His batting average really climbing up there. Ryan McMahon went 1 for 4 as well. And that's about all we can say in terms of offense for the Rockies today. Well, Ben Kuchner-Kavich here. Want to let you know this game is not affiliated with Major League Baseball, MLB The Show 20, or the Colorado Rockies. I want to thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time when Purple Rose Sim continues leading up to the first exhibition games of the year. Thank you for tuning in.